Yo, yo, rise and shine, good people. I'm gonna do this early morning walk real quick. The boys normally walk with me, but I just got them niggas all the new computers and shit. So them niggas was up gaming all night. I think them niggas went to sleep like fucking 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. It's weekends. So, they on summer break, so I ain't really say nothing. I was trying to be you know, one of those fathers where I was like, all right, kids, you can do what you want. I don't want to be a dick, you know what I mean? I could have been take y'all motherfucking ass to sleep. But, hey, it's summertime, you know what I mean? Just bought y'all good computers, so, y'all just wild out. So I let them wild all the way out till they fell asleep at the computers and shit. And, as a father, shit was dope because I walked in the room and I seen them all laying on the chairs and shit. And I'm like, damn, man, it's fucking dope. So what I was trying to do was, I was trying to understand, I wonder how the fuck my children feel with me being their daddy and them being able to do the things that they did. Like, I really wonder how that feel. Like, I'm like, yo, how the fuck, like, sheesh. Like, how the fuck it feel to be Daylyt's son? And it's crazy because I don't even think they register that. Well, my older son do, because he, like, didn't really get to witness this shit coming up. But, make a long story short, I caught this nigga flexing, right? So, I had to do something last night. So then I came back home. And he didn't know I came through the door. So he was in the room with his headset on and all that shit. He was flexing to I guess his homeboys back where he was at. He was flexing, like, you know what I'm saying? We just kicking up, and the nigga had the little bottle of apple cider and shit. So look, he had the bottle of apple cider. Nigga had his feet up. Nigga had popcorn and chips and shit. He was like, we just having a good time, Nigga was trying to show the background and shit. I said, look at this nigga trying to flex. Yo, man was flexing. He was flexing like a motherfucker. They like, yo, where your dad? I heard him in the background. I was like, yo, where's your dad? He's like, he not here. And I was like, yo, so how is it? It was just talking shit and shit. Like, yo, how is it? Like, what it's like? He was like, man, this shit is fucking unreal, man. Like, my dad lived in the area where there's like 5 black people only, and everybody else is white and Chinese. It's like, yo, like, this shit don't even feel real. Like, it feel like I'm gonna wake up and I'm just not gonna be here and shit. It was wild though, and I was just looking like, I'm like, damn, man. Damn. Yo, so I did some wild shit though. This felt good though. Let me tell you what I did though. This felt good though. So yesterday we went to the store. And I just did it because I was like, you know what? Let me see what he gonna say. So we went to the 7-Eleven, and I'm like, son, could you go in there and give me a water? And it's like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit, here. So I gave him like $2,000, right? And I'm like, yo, just keep your change. And he was like, Dad, what do you mean? Like, just give me a water, son, and keep your change. He's like, Dad, this is $2,000. Just keep your change. His brain couldn't even compute it. His brain couldn't compute. Like, it was just like he had a whole glitch, like just glitch. I said, well, give it back then, nigga. You gonna keep sitting there looking stupid, nigga. Give it. Shit. You gonna keep it or you gonna give it? What you wanna do? Nah, that shit was funny, man. This shit was super funny, bro. It was like super funny, bro. Yo, but on the flip side, the best part about him is he's kind of like me. He's a lot like me. Like he don't really like he's not into fashion. He's not into clothing. He's not into none of the trends. He don't listen to none of the music. He just not into none of that. So he like that. Like only thing he cares about is like computer shit, and that's epic. Like this is one of the most epic shits ever. He just cares about computer shit. So last night I downloaded like Blender for him. So I got Blender on his computer, Blender, Maya 3D, or Maya 4D. Um, I put After Effects on there, a few things on there, and he's just up all night watching like tutorials and shit, learning and shit. And then I'm gonna do some hands-on training with him soon to get into like 3D modeling. We also got the new Unreal Engine shit too, so we gonna get into some Unreal Engine creation and shit like that. So that's what he into. He really into like modeling, like 3D modeling and shit like that. So that's what we was up all night. Just I was teaching him the basics, taught him how to taught him the basics of Adobe After Effects, Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, all that shit. Like the master class, taught him the basics of the master class. Taught him how to navigate through Blender and through Cinema 4D and Maya. I'm probably just gonna put Poser on there for the fuck of it too. But I'm really a computer geek, dog. I hope y'all know that. I don't really show it, cause it's just certain sides of me that I don't really put out there. But I'm like really, really a computer dude. Like ultimately a computer dude. Like I'm fluent in a lot of computer programs. But the fact that that's what he's into is crazy, because it just shows that, good morning. Good morning. You good? Nah, I ain't afraid to admit I'm a nerd. I'm a super nerd. Morning. I'm not afraid to admit I'm a nerd at all. I'm a nerd, ultimately nerd. I wasn't able to be smart as I should have been because we wasn't financially able for us to be smart as I should have been. And that's what brought me here to this blog today. Today I thought about some stuff, and I thought about being poor in America. Now listen, being poor in America has nothing to do with being poor. Poverty is created due to lack of information. That's it. America itself is the like the design for you to progress outside of like third world countries and shit like that. What happens in America is there is a systematic design put in place for you to lack information of how to get to a financial halt, or how to get over the financial halts or financial hurdles. There's a lack of information. And inside that lack of information is lack of information how to get the information. For example, I used to believe that I was poor coming up. Like poor. Like in my mind, I'm like, I'm poor. We don't got enough money to do nothing. And that's what I thought. Until I got older and I realized my parents was just bamboozled. It ain't that we was poor, we were struggling. They just was bamboozled trying to beat the system. First and most foremost, they tried to buy a house. The house was $400,000 in the middle of the ghetto. How do you buy a house? They don't even know how to create nothing on their own. So how do you get a house? You got to go to work. You didn't go to school, so you don't have no super trades or whatever. So you got to go to work. You're going to work a regular 9 to 5, whatever. All right, boom. So my dad was working at Arrowhead Water Company. He was like dropping the arrowheads off the people's house. And my mom was working at the airport, fueling airplanes. So in order to buy this house, they went and took a loan. right? Because that was the only way they could get money to buy a house. It just took a loan. They didn't know the loan had maximum APR. It had all type of fees, all type. It was the most greatest setup. Listen to me, set my parents up for epic failure. All right, so now not only do they got to work for the next 70 years to even pay for this house, they took a loan, so now they even double the amount of debt, right? They got to pay for the house and pay for the loan. On top of that, what they did inside the house was bought furniture and tried to hook the inside of the house up. And this was a setup to make you feel comfortable inside your house, so when you do go to work, all you can do is come home and relax. And while you're working, you come home and relax, and you don't ever think about going anywhere else. Then they put the TV right there in front of you, so you can watch TV and vision places you want to go instead of actually going to them. So I thought about this. I thought about this whole entire cycle of what it means to live a fair life in America. What my parents didn't know was all they needed was $10,000 to buy literally like a 10-acre plot of land. $10,000. That's all they needed was $10,000. $10,000 to buy a plot of land. All they had to do was save up another grant, or get a grant, or get another loan, or ECT, or whatever. But save up, or not even save up. They could have saved their income taxes, or whatever the case may be. And they could have built a house on that land for under 10 to 20 bands. They could have been a mansion for $60,000. A mansion, like a 16 bedroom mansion. We wasn't thinking like this. But another thing, right? So when I was younger, it's way cheaper let me tell you, I went to school for business administration. I went to college for business administration, right? Yes, I graduated business administration. I also graduated from going to college for psychology. So I do have 2 degrees. How business works in America is you must trick the mentality of people. That's just how it works. So we are trained to believe that we must buy a house instead of buying the land. That is the biggest setup ever. Also, instead of building the houses and going to pay some random Mexicans at Home Depot, excuse me, Mexicans, no disrespect, but y'all be at Home Depot deep wanting to work for the low. I'm just keeping it real. It is what it is. But you can go get a minivan and pull up to a random Home Depot somewhere, especially in California, and you're gonna see tons of Mexicans outside begging for work. You pay all them niggas about $700 a day. You pay about 10 niggas $700 a day, and they build you a whole mansion. You pay about 20 Mexicans at Home Depot $700 a day. So think 20 times 700. That ain't nothing. You gonna have a house in about 2-3 weeks. Keeping it real. So what I'm saying is this, right? They made us think we should buy the house instead of building the house. If our parents was thinking buy the land and build a house, my nigga, all of us would have had houses by now. So what I did was I started to calculate backwards. I started to calculate how much money we spent on trying to keep up with the Joneses, or just, you know, eating out every blue moon. How much money we spent on, how much money my mom spent on furniture or buying TVs or just, you know, household appliances. You know, black families care about the inside of the house. That's what they care about. Pictures, furnitures. You know, we got hit numerous times. What was the place where you rent the furniture? Like Aaron's or some shit like that. If you from Cali, you know. But many times, our house was filled up with just unnecessary shit. Like many times, just unnecessary shit. New cabinets, new tables. Mama, I want a new dining room set. Like mom, and back then, we talking about 90s. So niggas, mama and them was paying thousands of dollars for a living room set. Like $3,000 for a living room set. This is facts. $4,000, $5,000 for a living room set. No, for real, we talking about early 90s. Rent-A-Center, that's what it was, Rent-A-Center. All right, so back then, mama and them was paying $4,000, $3,000 for living room sets. Numerous times, right? Rack here and there, 800 here and there, whatever. So, in the aspect of that, I thought about this. When I was younger, and I just wrote this on my Instagram today. When I was younger, I thought Hawaii was impossible to go to. When I was younger, I thought Hawaii was impossible to go to. Like impossible. Like just, like it's impossible. Y'all not understanding. A black kid in the middle of the hood, Hawaii was a dream. Now, it was a dream. Like, it was a dream. Like, you not understanding. Like, niggas used to look at that shit on TV like, Hawaii? Dang, man, one day we gonna get enough money to go to Hawaii. When I got older and went to Hawaii, I booked my ticket 6 months in advance. The ticket was $213. I said, all this time, it was only $20 to fly to Hawaii? You know how many couches and living room sets and dumb shit we done got? Wait. This whole time, it was only $200? $250. Let me be honest, it was like $250 plus tax and all. You mean to tell me I spent 20 plus years of my life in the hood and it was that easy to go? At this moment, I realized we wasn't trapped because we were financially in a halt. We were trapped because we didn't know no better. Lack of information had us fucked, bro. The lack of information had us fucked. When I say fucked, I mean fucked. Now, my guy Lyric at the bottom just said, whose fault was that? Are you really gonna ask that question? Are you really gonna ask, whose fault was this? Are you gonna ask? Did you really just ask? See, look, guys. I'm trying to keep this conversation biracial. I want to stay in the middle. I don't want anybody to get mad or offended today. But you already pushed the button. I can't even go back no more. Nigga, you know who fault it is. You know exactly who fault it is. White people! Nigga, you know who motherfucking fault it is, nigga. But it's cool, you feel me? Hey, it's cool. Hey, it is what it is. We just gotta accept it for what it is. Hey, man. White folks got us, dog. They got us, man. White folks got us good. We good though. You feel me? It ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. But last night, I watched a movie last night, and it opened my mind. It didn't open my mind to a no new perspective, but it made me finalize on the idea that I had in mind for years. And the idea that I had in mind for years was that makes sense. Have anybody ever seen Abraham Lincoln the Vampire Hunter? Yeah, that movie's so dope to me because it makes me realize exactly what's happening in life.